Hey, what's up, everybody? On Friday, special Friday of Let's Talk About It. Move it back. You know us. I say 9:30. We're gonna start between 9:30 and 10. Not
The day has passed, the night has gone by, but still I find the time to put that bomb off in your eye. Total chaos, but these playoffs thought we was dancing, we're taking a
That's a different hit. That was a different time. If you wasn't alive, I'm sorry. If you wasn't alive when Rosa Parks had to be played on the radio, if you wasn't alive and we had to wait to the 5 o'clock jam, DJ mix to hear your songs, you know what I'm saying? Y'all had everything handed to you. You had to wait. You just had to wait back in the day. Or y'all never know the struggle of trying to find your CD before you had to drive off. Because trying to find a CD in the big ass case, different time.
Bruh, you had to sit there with an album book of about 120 discs.
Yeah, and you trying to drive? It's a lot.
I don't know how organized you were, right? I don't know how organized your album book was, but I got to a point where I had to separate like my real albums from like my earned CDs.
Yeah.
Now, Illmatic is a classic, but that 08 Summer Jams mix did numbers in the whip.
It's like when you had to download the song to see what happened. Had to get on LimeWire to see what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like you thought this is what it's supposed to sound like. No key, you might find a gem. You used to find a gem.
You know what I'm saying? Now, back in my LimeWire days, see, young boys don't know about LimeWire, but back in my LimeWire days, I done came up with some hits.
Right? Get some hits. You get you got some hits, you know what I'm saying? Got a lot of DJ drops, you know what I'm saying? You wrinkle your school clothes and take your lunch money.
You know what I'm saying? It's about 2 minutes into the song and they just started.
All the way back, man. All the way back. But we're gonna get right into it to this special Friday edition of Let's Talk About It.
Yeah.
Like you saw on the headline, we're talking about the schedule. We're gonna break down some of the schedule stuff. But the main thing we're gonna talk about first.
It's not the main.
My man, Brock Purdy got fitted.
Getting fly. I like having sex. I like girls who ride. I like my couple. I like Torino. So this is what I like.
Oh,
boy, Brock got fitted. 53 to be exact.
I say 53.
53. Boy, Brock said, I ain't taking no discount. I don't want to hear all that other crap y'all talking about. If y'all ain't talking about the I don't want to hear it. I took that to the Super Bowl.
3-piece.
Boy, that boy Brock got fitted. I told some people like, oh, they bull crap and they ain't gonna pay Brock. I said, Brock about to pay.
You better, if you believe that, I got an oceanfront property I can sell you in Idaho. that boy got all 53 of them things. I just like a quick review. You want to get into the details? You want to get to it?
Are you getting into the details of it?
Yeah, bro. So 5 years, 265, 53 pieces. As we just stated, that's all the number that we really cared about. The number that he cares about, and that the organization cares about. That boy got 181 million guaranteed. Woo! Make you wanna. Make it quiver.
Boy, Brock said, I don't care who you gotta cut, who you gotta trade. Hey, that ain't my problem. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Call me when you're ready. Call me when you're ready.
Oh man. And then like the funny thing about it though is Brock got this money, right? Brock already got this money. And then some people are like, oh, is he like that? It's the going rate for a quarterback. The man won games. He took you to a Super Bowl. if you didn't pay him, somebody was gonna pay him. So hey, that's what happened. You should have won the championship when the quarterback didn't have the contract. Now the quarterback got the contract. Hey,
pay up. Pay up.
Brock said all that other stuff ain't got nothing to do with me. Y'all got to cut Dre Greenlaw. Hey, man.
Too bad.
Like that anyway.
Telefona Hufanga. I can't even say his name. I can't even say his name. Don't care.
Samuels, get him out of here.
Don't care.
Get it.
I need all my chips with dip. Let's just if we could just stop for a second real quick. Like, keep in mind, this is Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He ain't irrelevant no more. We got
brother. The group chat is alive. The group chat in the Bay is alive. But Mr. Irrelevant, bro, he was making less than $1 million a year.
Yeah.
To 181 of the things guaranteed.
Yeah. Man.
If you're a Brock Purdy fan or not, I don't care. I'm gonna salute the hustle regardless.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just salute the payoff regardless.
Yeah.
You make less than $1 million, rather less than $1 million, and now you got to cash out for 53 a piece a year.
180 guaranteed.
All I can tell you, brother, is change your phone number. Change your phone number.
Yeah, man. Hey, this deal, it took a little longer than I thought it would. I don't know what they were trying to iron out. I mean, I don't know what they were trying to do. I don't know what I was trying to make.
Say, like,
if Trevor Lawrence could get that much money, I knew Brock was about to get paid. Like, what are we talking about?
All right, so you got your guy, right? So, like, you was either gonna pay him or not, or keep keep your roster full, whether you cash out Debo, cash out Dre Greenlaw coming off an injury, Hufanga coming off an injury, some other cats. You can cash them out and then go back into the draft and see if you can find some better talent. But it was evident since December that you had your guy. All the leverage in the world Brock Purdy had. He had all the leverage in the world. The moment, especially once the clock struck dawn on the draft. Oh, brother, we ain't got nothing to talk about. We ain't got nothing to talk about. I'm sending all my details over to my agent. Now you have that battle with him because I'm not shaking on none of my negotiations after that point.
Yeah.
I'm not coming off of nothing. Everything is pretty much written in ink. You can stencil it in stone. I'm not coming off of none of my negotiations. If anything, my pricing went up.
Man, hey. It wasn't nothing to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you in the coffin now. Tuck him in. Because what my boy is. My boy is born in 99. He about 25. No, he about to be 26 here at the end of this year. You know what I'm saying? Cashed out for 53. Life's good.
It is, man. It is.
Life's good.
Shout out to Brock Purdy getting his money. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man. Took him to the Super Bowl, man. Hey, you got him. I was getting him for a discount. Hey, a man getting paid. So shout out to him. Before we get into the schedule, also want to shout out Mother's Day just passed. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And shout out to the graduates. You know what I'm saying? It's graduation time. A lot of people about to see what this real world like. Last time of happiness. I'm just joking. Not really. But but shout out to all the people graduating, man. And like I was thinking of a celebration, a celebratory song. I feel like in the graduation, when you walking out, they should just play.
Let me hear that, man.
Hold on, wrong song.
Man, let me hear that, man.
Wrong song. I ain't got it right now, but I'll find it later. But I feel like they got to change the graduation walkout song. They got to play like.
So, I typed the text to the girl I used to see saying that I showed.
I want to leave out like this because I feel like it's telling you what life is about to be. You say, I apologize if this message gets you. You know what
I feel like you should be walking out to like the Undertaker theme music when he comes to the ring. Playtime over, kids. It's time to get to the business. It's time to get to work. You know?
Hey, yo, me and you both know the next, as soon as you get that job, you're gonna be like,
Fuck these niggas.
Yeah, bro. Don't worry about it. Sally Mae, all them. They gonna start coming knocking on your door like, hey, what's happening? So about those last 4 years.
Yeah. All you can say is
Fuck them niggas.
Yeah. Your dean is different now. The dean is now Dominion Power. That's your dean now.
Your power. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Sam, taxes. They tax everything. Everything.
Your bonus taxed.
All them salaries they promised you out the gate, them shits ain't real.
Yeah, and I hope these last 4 years you at least accrued 7 years of work experience, because that's what's on your job application.
But you gotta learn off the rip though that life is some shit. Just for commercial breaks. Once you learn that concept, everything goes smoother. Everything goes smoother. But let's get into it, man. NFL schedules just dropped. I want to say Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
Opening game, but y'all playing the Cowboys?
Come on, man. Come on. Thursday night. Wake them up.
Y'all playing the Cowboys. That might be an L for y'all. Right? Cowboys are good.
Oh, bro, you think we gonna bring the Cowboys up there? It's at Philly. And you know why it's at Philly? Because we're gonna raise the banner on their dumb asses. let them watch a Super Bowl banner go up right in front of them.
They got the ultimate YN with them though now. So it's different now. They're a different team.
Is he like the football YN final boss?
He do be getting active. Like I don't know, like you saw that man reacting to getting drafted. That says enough right there.
Nah, that boy ticker ain't right, bro. That boy elevator don't go up all the way to the top.
Be like, hey, something that boy special. You got the schedule pulled up? I ain't got it.
Yeah, I got it.
I know some. Let's start. I know y'all keep the season off, but let's start with international games. Like, what's the international schedule looking like?
Well, the first, hold on. So right there on Thursdays, Cowboys, Eagles. Then immediately after, right there on Friday, our first international game, we spinning the block right back to Brazil. It's going to be Chiefs versus the Chargers in Brazil, Sao Paulo. Be safe in them streets.
Stay in the hotel.
You know what I'm saying? They will wrinkle your school clothes and take your lunch money.
More than that. Let's stay right there though. Chiefs and Chargers out the gate. I like this game. First off, I'm not saying like I don't think any week one game is a must win because you always get better, way better from week 1 to week 2. That's just how football works.
Yeah.
Somebody else. I want to see where John Harbaugh's is not John. Which one is it?
No, it's Jim.
Jim. I want to see what's the next step for the Chargers. You got Joe Alt. You went and got Najee and Amari Hampton. You got receivers. You hit on a lot of picks. Now, right, this year is about Justin Herbert. Like, bro, like, are you gonna take that next step?
But I mean, right? And who cares? I mean, you already paid him. You paid him to be the guy.
But like, even though you paid him to be the guy, if you believe in some draft classes that's coming up, you might try to get some picks. I don't know what you might try to do. I don't think they get rid of Justin Herbert, but Justin Herbert has to take, for them to be a good team, let's just say it like that, he has to take that next step. He has talent. He throws a pretty pretty spiral. Got a rocket for an arm. All that.
To the other team.
But that's what I'm saying. Like how much they brought Greg Roman out there, so they about to run this football. We about to run this rock. You went and got Amari Hampton. You got Najee, so it's like lightning and thunder. right now. You got Lad McConkey. Is it Lad?
Yeah. Lad McConkey. You right? Go ahead.
Good. Hey, diamond in the rough. Nobody knew he was gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? Joe Alt is about to be like your left tackle for the next 10 years because he was dominating Jokers last year. Then you pick up, then they get y'all guard, Mekhi Becton.
Mekhi Becton. And they got another first round tackle on the other side too.
So they solidified the offensive line. You got weapons on the outside. Went and got you running backs. What's up? Like, this division is winnable. The Raiders ain't that good. Who else out there in the AFC West? You got the Raiders, Chargers.
Chiefs, Chargers, and Broncos.
All right.
That shit tough.
The Raiders ain't that good. If I'm putting Justin Herbert against Bo Nix, Justin Herbert got paid, right? I need you to be better than Bo Nix. The only person I need you to sometimes not be better than is that man number 15 on the other side. That's understandable. But you should be playing better than Bo Nix. And the Raiders are rebuilding. So this first game, I want to see how Greg Roman is going to use this offense with a more pocket court. Like Lamar was different. Lamar could throw. Lamar had pocket presence and could throw, but he also was a very dynamic runner. Justin Herbert got some foot speed, but he not like no shifty, quick, powerful, nothing dynamic runner.
Pick up a first down.
So I want to see what this offense is going to look like. But I think if the Chargers want to go where they want to go, they spent some money on the other side of the ball on defense, right? So I'm just saying, this first game will tell me a lot. It's neutral site. So I'm not saying you got to win, but you shouldn't look horrible. You shouldn't get blown out. That's what I'm saying.
I'll say it like this. I'm gonna go to the other side, right? I think I think there's more pressure on the Chiefs actually this year.
Okay.
Everybody around them has gotten better. Okay. The Chargers, you just ran their whole roster down. They've gotten better. Just especially if what you're predicting, if Justin Herbert takes that next step, it's gonna start looking real tricky. Now you take to the case the Broncos, Bo Nix going into year 2. You know, we talked about all the defensive additions that they got.
Yeah.
You know, they picked up Jahdae Barron at corner. You know, they probably got another rendition of a no-fly zone out there. They're gonna be solid. Don't play with
who we talking about, the Broncos?
Yeah, we're talking about the Broncos. You want to talk about the defensive player of the year? That's what we're talking about right now? All right, thank you. I'll continue. As I was. The Broncos look good. I mean, hell, even the Raiders got a threat now with Ashton Genty. And the Raiders always hold on, because I know what you're about to say. I'm not saying that should keep the Chiefs up at night. I'm not saying that.
Okay.
But I'm saying that for the life, even though the Raiders have been the Raiders, they always played the Chiefs tough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's still a divisional game, so they play them tough. I think more pressure is on the Chiefs, especially coming off getting thumped the last time we saw y'all.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn, did we just see your boy Pat 15 get exposed on the national stage?
I think that's unfair because what y'all could do in the defense that y'all have, everybody don't got that. They did beat everybody else. Like they did beat everybody else.
Yeah.
Like, they still got Worthy. They still got a lot of people. Like
no doubt. Rasheed Rice is coming back this year.
That Super Bowl team is still was a good football team. It has met a really, really good football team that day and played horrible. Offensive line wasn't no good for that game, and it was bad. I think the Chargers just like at what point, like you're not rebuilding, but you're not a contender. So what are you in that limbo in the middle ground? Nobody wants to be in the middle ground in any sport. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, either we're rebuilding or we're trying to win the championship. Which one are we doing?
Yeah.
4 or 5 years, y'all been just we make the playoffs on the wild card and then we get blown out.
Yeah, all I'm saying is here, Ant, is that And before for this whole time where they went what? 3 and where they go? 3 and 5, 6 years?
Mhm.
Or whatever this last run up until this past season, it's been like dominant in the AFC West. That margin has been abbreviated.
Yeah.
Everybody has gotten better. Now, again, also what happened during this run is that your players have got older. I don't know if Travis Kelce is the same revered Travis Kelce. I don't know that for sure.
Didn't they get a tight end though?
No, unless you're considering Robert Tonyan, but Noah Gray was there last year.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, but we ain't gotta stay on this too long. All I'm saying is that this season, I wouldn't be surprised if they go 50. If they go 500 in the in divisional games. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised.
I don't see that, but we can see. Some of the other games, week 1 to catch my eye. Pittsburgh at the Jets. Playing Justin Fields. Hope you get Aaron Rodgers. If you don't, it's gonna look really bad.
I'm about to say that's a nice little musical chairs right there. Justin Fields goes to the Jets, Aaron Rodgers goes to the Steelers. Let's link up. Let's do it. Let's link up.
I like the Sunday night game, of course. Week 1, Buffalo, Baltimore, running back.
Come on.
What's up?
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if Baltimore hands like in the Hamilton's game. I wouldn't be surprised if Lamar and them jump on them quick, and this don't be the greatest game that everybody think it's
gonna be. I mean, my boy Josh Allen, talking about people getting paid. Josh Allen just got paid. It's Friday night. Party's jumping. He just got paid too, bro. And he just coming off an MVP. Hey, bro, some shit just ain't a fluke, bro. Some shit just ain't a fluke.
Week 2 on September 11th. I like that Thursday night game between the Commanders and Green Bay. Two young guns.
Yeah, 2 young guns
going up against it. I like that. I want to see what Green Bay gonna do with these receivers because they drafted some, but I had to see how the preseason go if they keep them because.
And you know what they're gonna do?
They probably stay.
Who?
Jalen Reed probably safe.
Jalen Reed is safe.
Romeo Dobbs and Washington.
Yeah. Hey, brother. Hey.
But I like that. The Commanders going up the Lambeau.
It's in Lambeau.
Jordan Love was kind of like teetered back if he was injured, fully healthy this year. Josh Jacobs was great for them last year. Defense, they still kind of rebuilding a little bit, because they was getting a little older, but they still got a good D line. Still, defensive line is pretty stout.
No question.
It's gonna be a good one. Week 2, I think, because week 2, everybody kind of getting to now they like okay,
shaking. They shaking off that. They shaking off that game, that preseason rust.
Yeah,
they starting off that preseason rust.
Yeah, so I definitely.
I would say this is perfect for the Commanders. I'd rather catch Lambeau, like go to Lambeau Field early, as opposed to catching them in like December. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd rather get them out the way early. September. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that part of Wisconsin that well, of course, but I just imagine that the weather just has to be better in September than it is too late in the fall and winter. So if I'm the Commanders, this is the best time I want to catch the Packers.
Yeah. So another big game, of course. Y'all playing the Chiefs, Eagles and Chiefs.
Yeah.
At Stadium. 2 back-to-back, division game, and then a Super Bowl rematch.
I mean, how else would the champions come back into the league, bro? Like, you win the championship, now they're gonna make you earn it all over again. It's like, all right, you're out the gate, you about to play two playoff team, or no, excuse me, Cowboys are trash. But you playing two quality rosters. I'll say that. That's the best compliment I can give you. But here you go. You want to see them like earn their paycheck probably during their first 5 weeks. I'm an Eagles fan, so I already seen their regular season schedule. But that first 5 weeks is a gauntlet for the Eagles. So you make it through there. Hopefully, the back end of the season gets better.
Yeah. Week 3. I'm looking at Green Bay and Cleveland week 3 because this is when I think Joe Flacco gets not like. I hope it doesn't happen, but he's older. This is where I think Cleveland might see another quarterback. Who? I don't know. But this is where I think Cleveland might have to put out another quarterback.
Perfect timing.
I like Joe Flacco, like they can keep him upright and he'll make it. But if he takes some hits, I mean the man broke down at Indianapolis. You know what I'm saying? So
like
I'm thinking week 3 might be the time we might be seeing another quarterback. You know, I don't know. I don't know who it's gonna be, bro. I'm just saying. I think,
bro. I see it like this, man. Like in your first 3 weeks, Cleveland has. Let me see. Bro.
They told me pass out my AP. Perfect time, man. Got them bookings up.
In your first, but who can be too? You can't be too mad at the Browns, right? Because in your first 3 weeks, you got the Bengals, the Ravens, and the Packers. You know what I'm saying? Like the worst is at your front door. The worst thing that could happen is at your front door. Yeah. So who's to say that you ain't coming out there getting mollywopped with Joe Flacco? It's very possible.
Yeah,
very possible.
So I think that week 3, I'm thinking when I saw the schedule, I said week 3, week 4, you know, it.
Yeah, now week 4.
My nigga stay shining. It's never.
If you down, here's my point. Because if you down, let me peek ahead at week 4 real quick. Because if you're down already 0-2 in your division,
something got to change.
Somewhere. Hey, you know, our clock already got sped up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I think they're definitely gonna try to hold off the fanfare as much as they can. But if it's like a pure ass kicking in those first 3 weeks,
I'm telling you, man, I don't know if Flacco can hold up for so long. I don't know how good that offensive line is. That's all I'm saying. It might be, you know.
Because they if any team needs it, they need it because they got a bye week in week 4.
Yeah.
So if you want to come back, you know, week 5, who do you got?
Week
5 against the Vikings in London with a new starter, it would make sense.
Same, bro. Back in week 3 though. Another game that kind of just intrigues me because I like kind of matchups and storylines. I like this Indiana-Tennessee game. The two young guns. You got Cam Ward, Anthony Richardson. I kind of want to see how this go because like it's a divisional game.
And you think Anthony Richardson's gonna be starting at that point?
Daniel Jones is trash. You
know, hey, brother, do you think? So who do you have? I should probably ask. Here's a better question: who do you think is going to be starting the year?
Anthony Richardson.
Okay.
If he starts Daniel Jones, he just must be trying to get fired. That's cool too. I mean, people like to get fired, so I guess. Because Anthony Richardson, it got to be Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson is better. He's gonna come back right this year because he started playing good till the end of the year. They almost made the damn playoffs. So what do we like? They just you drafted a developmental quarterback, and now you mad that he takes time to develop. And Daniel Jones is trash. I don't know how many more times I got to say that. They could have got Blake Bortles off the doggone retirement line before I would have said that. They thought Daniel Jones. That's dumb.
All right, who's to say Daniel Jones don't come to the Colts and now he's Baker Mayfield with the Bucks?
Bruh, don't disrespect Baker like that. Baker showed signs of being good. When did Daniel Jones ever show signs of being good?
He took the Giants to the playoffs.
Who took the Giants to the playoffs?
I'm reading. That's what the storyline said.
Oh, okay.
That's what the headline said.
Saquon took them to the playoffs, and that defense took them to the playoffs. Daniel Jones just happened to throw a couple passes and run a 40-yard touchdown one time.
Is he not a playoff quarterback?
All right.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Trying to piss me off. The Monday night game, Detroit and Baltimore. This is when you don't know who Detroit is. They lost a lot of players and all their coaches. So I believe in Dan Campbell, me personally. I think Dan Campbell can lead jokers into doing great things. But you did lose your OC and your DC. So that's an issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think by week 3, we'll know what type of team this is. But you got so much talent, though, like Jahmyr Gibbs. Still got Amon St. Brown.
Yeah.
Got so much. Offensive line is still good. Like, defensive line got better. Like, you still get Hutchinson back. Secondary.
They got better.
Yeah, all right.
They got better too. You can't leave them out.
Now, now this is the other thing. What kind of scheme are they going to run? Because Aaron Glenn ran a man-heavy blitzing scheme. Are they going to drop back in zone more? They're going to because Aaron Glenn brought pressure from everywhere, brought pressure from the corner. Like he was heavy, but they got picks, but he was heavy on the man-to-man blitz scheme. So,
I mean, I say this. Injuries just happen. We can't. I'm not gonna fault them for that. Injuries just happen. They was beat the hell up towards the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? So I won't take that from them. But if all returning back to, back to the field healthy, they got the secondary to where they can rush forward, where they don't really have to send too many blitzes. They got DJ Reed over the offseason. Still got my boy Brian Branch. Very underrated as safety in his first couple years. Very underrated.
Yeah.
But Kirby Joseph, who just got paid, I think he was an interception leader last year, either him or McKinney, excuse me. But they got a secondary to where it kind of takes the pressure off of having to be too exotic on defense. Mm-hmm. So, again, and they were returning all their weapons, Jameson Williams, all them cats, Sam Laporta. Again, still a stacked team. But see how it rolls. See how it rolls. Again, they're getting tested early.
Yeah.
They're getting tested early, super early.
Yeah. So we'll see. I jumped ahead to week 7 because I like to jump to the middle of the season when I look at these schedules, because now we getting the more division matchups and we gonna know who gonna be who. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Week 7 started off Thursday night prime game, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. I think right here is either going to be Pittsburgh is even close to being eliminated from even winning the division, or the Bengals. I think Baltimore is going to be good. I think the Browns are going to be trash. I think the fight to be number 2 in that division and maybe get that wild card spot is going to be that's a pivotal game. You got to win that game. Because I really don't see what the Bengals lost. They got the good receivers, but what they lost on defense, I think the Ravens about to run through this division this year. I don't think they're gonna really have no friction.
Yeah, it don't have to be close neither. But also, I have this week circled as Will Howard time, baby. It's Will Howard's time to take the helm as a starter QB. We in there. Bro, something gonna happen to Aaron Rodgers for sure.
But now, but also with the Bengals, is the experiment working? Got a lot of money in the receiver room. A lot of money.
Again, this is the same argument with Justin Herbert. Is the time for the experiment is over. Them boys are paid now. We're locked in.
But it's just so much money in the receiver room.
Yeah.
I just don't see I don't see how that works.
Joe Burrow called his shot. He said, "Go get my guys." Go.
If you not paying, you ain't paid your pass rushing lead, your sack leader. You didn't pay him.
Yeah,
he still ain't got no contract. Sam Hubbard retired. You know, that defense was horrible. And then they ain't even paid Shamar Stewart. They ain't even paid their top 2 picks yet. They ain't even agreed to no contracts yet.
At this juncture, yeah, it's early. When we start talking July time, yeah, it start getting late.
Them contracts are set. So how are you not the incentives? What are you not trying to pay these guys?
Bruh, beats me. But I don't. Has any team really completed their? That's a topic for another day. I had to say, but I don't know if any team really completed all their rookie signings just yet.
People got their top out the way.
Yeah, and even for Shamar Stewart, I mean, Michael Williams already signed 2 for the 49ers. That's your benchmark. That's the one you base your deal off of.
But they're all set based on the pick. The only thing that's different is the guaranteed.
Yeah,
and incentives. So I'm how is it taking this long?
What's that?
I said, how is this taking that long?
Oh, bro, who knows? Who knows? I mean, too, there's cases of, I know some rookies signed right after they got drafted, within the same week, not even the same 7 days went past, and they already signed. Some others take more time. Reasons why, who knows? But getting back to the point of the Bengals, you're still the same team on defense. I'm not seeing too much that moved the pile for you at all.
Yeah.
I mean, but shout out to Cam Taylor-Britt. He's still a dog. You know what I'm saying? But Logan Wilson, Trey Henderson, it is what it is at this point.
Yeah.
And like you said, it could very well be that the Ravens just run away with this division. No holds barred.
I think too many of these workers made mistakes throughout the offseason. I don't think it's nothing. Who won't stop them? What team do you really see the Ravens losing to if they play how they supposed to play in that division?
Bengals are the biggest threat.
They ain't got no defense. You got to outscore them.
Yeah. I'm giving you what I got. The Bengals had the biggest threat. Now, the only people that really didn't fumble it, if they're kind of cashing it in for 2026, is the Steelers. But which at this juncture, week 7, very likely.
Only reason they didn't fumble it because all the other picks and all the other pickups look good. They ain't got no quarterback.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At least you still come away with some solid contributors. You still got Caleb Johnson, you still got Derek Harmon. These are key roster builders for your team moving forward.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, what the hell the Browns doing at quarterback? You know what the right answer is, but I don't know if they're gonna be. I think they're gonna play tough guy until they have to, until the owner steps in.
Yeah.
Just like on draft day. The Bengals, we know, like we said, we just talked about it. They ain't got no defense to really keep you up at night. So the Ravens just may run away with it. I can't tell you the difference between all 3 of them and the Ravens.
I just think that Thursday night game is going to be real critical. Another thing that happens that week, first Commanders Cowboys game. I think I might skip over it. I don't think it is, though. I think that the Commanders and Cowboys play at Dallas. We'll see what Dallas. I think I got an idea the Commanders might be. Dallas, I don't know. And that's funny how it can make y'all division go from maybe one of the top divisions in football to maybe a bottom tier because the Giants are gonna be trash. You know that.
I'm about to say we're right there. If anything,
the Cowboys are trash. That brings y'all division down.
But here's also the point too, and I hate even saying this, but to throw up just thinking about it. But Dak Prescott being back does change their team. I'm not that much of a hater to say like, hey, that Cowboys team was different last season. Dak Prescott under center does change that team.
Yeah.
Now, I'll say it again. What's going to be the excuse towards the end of the year? But at this juncture, week 7,
they get a running back.
Well, they're going to run it back by committee. You know, you got. You said what?
They tried that last year. That didn't work.
Yeah, but at least you got a more what's the word? A more fearsome stable than you did before. You know what I'm saying? You still got Jaden Blue, rookie out of Texas. Miles Sanders, you know from the Panthers. But
time they do nothing.
Yeah, but and then who's there? Who's the lead dog in this house? Javonte Williams from the Broncos. So at least I'm not saying it's perfect. But you got some contributors there. Because at the end of the day, all you really just setting up the pass is gonna be setting up the run anyway. That's how they're gonna play it.
Yeah.
You know, so no, I was just gonna say, so at this point, if the Cowboys are competitive, which I expect them to be, Commanders, like you said, we know who the Commanders are, and the Eagles defending champs, we're not that far off from being the AFC West. As you stated, the Giants are, we know who the Giants are.
Trash.
But it's the Raiders, they're the Raiders of our division, which they had, in the case of the Raiders and the Giants, they did try to do something to move the needle.
The Giants?
Yeah, they got my boy out of Penn State, bro. Abdul, Kayvon, and Brian Burns. Come on, man. At the end of the day, you got to at least respect the pass rush.
Yeah, it's all right.
And you know what I'm saying? And your boy, you know what I'm saying? Dexter Lawrence, he's still there.
Yeah, I mean, that's a real one. But...
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, they got to at least get to the
quarterback. Still coaching the team, though.
But I can't control everything. They're the Giants for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Week 8. I like this Atlanta-Miami matchup in week 8. I think there's going to be two teams that's going to need W's that's going to be fighting. That's going to be trying to fight for playoff spots. You know what I'm saying? In the AFC East, Miami's probably going to be right there trying to fight for a spot. And the Falcons going to be right there with the Bucks trying to fight for NFC South spot. And we get to the part of the season now where every W matters. You know, like, I mean, every week does matter, but these W's are like crucial W's. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the AFC East got the Jets, Dolphins, Bills, and who else? Patriots. So like, you still coming in the season, still think like we don't know barring injury and everything like that. You still think the Dolphins and the Bills are still the best two teams. You know what I'm saying? So
is it Dolphins and the Bills?
Yeah.
I got a sneaky suspicion about the Patriots, but keep going.
I mean, they spend a lot of. You gotta see how it go though. But like, they still got Drake May at quarterback. The two best quarterbacks are the Dolphins and the Bills.
Yeah, I got you.
The Falcons are they taking that next step? I still think they're going to be that team that's always going to be in games, and I think this year some more bounces going to go their way where they get a little bit more W's. Last year was competitive in almost every game, just down the stretch.
Nah, I got you. And again, I said it on the pod a couple episodes ago, but again, they addressed what they needed to on defense. Now, again, I want to be that guy that's putting all the pressure on the rookies to really, but as is the case with the Eagles, having those early contributors from rookies does change a lot. It does change a lot. So speaking of the NFC South, the Bucks are the top dog, but this could be a change of the tide. Michael Penix takes a lead, in year 2. It is now his team. It's his team going into camp. It's his team going into the season. He had all offseason being a starter. It's different.
Yeah.
It's different. To, what I'm saying, use Jalen Hurts as a reference. But Michael Penix going into the year as a starter as opposed to coming off the bench, it's different.
That same week, I like the night game and the Monday night game. Night game is Green Bay at Pittsburgh. So I like that because if Aaron Rodgers is still around, hold on, make sure I'm straight. All right. If Aaron Rodgers is still around, then going like playing the Packers is in Pittsburgh, still later in the season, critical W's. I think in two divisions that's tough. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about the AFC North and NFC North. Gotta win. You know what I'm saying? The Vikings and the Lions both won 14 games last year. You can't afford to take too many W's in either one of them divisions. So I kind of like that Sunday night game.
I would again this. I don't know. I don't know how the Vikings are going to show up this year. Again, I got more. I'll say this: I have more faith in JJ McCarthy than you do. but Jordan Love is still promising. He's still a promising quarterback, so I won't take that from him. The Pittsburgh Steelers may very well be cashing in at this point. It's week 8. They may very well be cashing it in. So this ain't too much of a shootout for me, unless Aaron Rodgers found something out to you.
Yeah, both teams in playoff contention. I think this would be it.
Yeah,
I don't think the Steelers are tanking. I just think they just have a feeling Aaron Rodgers is the answer to all their problems.
Yeah, I can't see. Again, I'm so against that pick. I'm so against that decision that it's kind of clouding my judgment right now for how they're going to do throughout the year. Just because I'm kind of using that Jets team as a reference, bro. Like, I just don't know what you're gonna get. I don't know what product you're gonna get, and the fact that they already cashed it in for it is kind of hurting me. But best of luck to them. But if I could throw in a sneaky favorite for this week, is that Cowboys and Broncos game in Denver. It's your middle of your Sunday primetime game. It's your afternoon game in Mile High. It could be a barn burner. Now, we could very well be looking at a shootout. They both can score. Or we may be looking at a 3-pick, 3 interception game from both Dak and your boy Bo. Either way, it's going to be entertaining as hell. I think you got a very entertaining game on your hands come 425. So I got that as my game of the week so far for week 8.
Yeah. Let's jump ahead. Because of course NFL schedule's cool. We don't know how these games gonna go. It's cool. Look at some of the matchups, but we'll be here all day with that. Let's jump to the end of the season. Like, who do you think has a tougher end of the road on the schedule that you looked at? I'm looking at some. I started at week 16. I'm looking at y'all week 16 playing the Commanders late in the season.
The Eagles schedule is tough, but I think the Eagles schedule at the top of the season is way tougher than the end of the year.
I'm not seeing too many overly rough games at the end of the year.
Yeah, but
Chief week 17 on a Thursday night, Christmas Day.
That's not too bad. I can live with that. But Lions is looking pretty rough from what I'm seeing. Starting out at week 15, Lions got the Rams. The following week, who they got? I just looked at it. I think they got Pittsburgh right after that. Then they got the Christmas game against the Vikings, and then they end the year against the Bears. That's a pretty rough way to go out, if you ask me. Outside of, again, I think the weakest out of that, and, weakest out of that bunch is the Steelers, but that's still a Tomlin-led Steelers. I know I just spent like a good portion of this pod talking about, man, the Steelers might be cashing it in, but it's very likely that the Steelers could be looking at another 500 season right on the playoff bubble, trying to make it into the playoffs. That's just how Mike Tomlin does. So they probably still be playing some competitive football. It's just how, it's just how, it's what, if history tells us anything, they're going to be right there. But the Lions have a tough one on the way out. Green Bay looks tough. Closing out the year, again, they close with the Vikings. The weekend before, they got the Ravens. Man, this is tough.
Yeah, I got the AFC South as a whole ending the year. I started like week 14, started looking at some of their matchups. Some of their out of division matchups for their teams are rough. And it's not just counting them playing each other. And that division, besides the Titans, who I think are not going to be good, but between the Jags, Colts, and Houston, like who all they got to end the year with besides playing each other, that division going to be up to grabs all the way to week 18, bro.
But isn't the AFC South always? Like,
no, Houston had to beat. Houston won the last year early. That was the year before when they had to beat.
Yeah, but they had to battle out with the Colts to get in there. But
they just off season. I think one team is playing the Bengals, one team is playing the Chargers coming up. Like all of them just got tough non-divisional games at the end of the year on top of playing each other. And it's like I don't think that makes it like end of the year last year. It could be like a three-way race. Who's gonna win this division? Not saying any team is gonna be stellar. I'm just saying it could make for storylines. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what hurts that division as well on the way out? It's one thing if you're playing out of division games, but you're still playing out, even though they're out of division, they're in conference games. They're still AFC games. So as far as seeding goes, it's still very much important. So, like even though you're not playing, like say if you're the Colts, even though you're not playing the Jaguars, you're still running into the Chiefs or the Chargers. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you're Houston still got to play the Raiders. Which again, they might be playing for pride, but they're gonna still play you tough. So it's no easy way to end the season. So especially if you're talking about seeding part, so it's gonna be a little tough way.
And then kind of moving away from the schedule, I'm looking at some storylines. I really want to see what the NFC West looks like. I think Seattle is going to be okay, but I really want to see if Arizona can finally take that step and dethrone the Rams. Because you should have everything you need now. Everything that you need to be competitive and beat the Rams is there. You're a younger team. You got skilled players on the outside. Your boy found a fountain of youth, the running back with Connor. I found a fountain of youth out there and running the rock. Like I ain't like running the rock like he used to do in college. You know what I'm saying? I'm interested to see what the Cardinals and Kyler Murray can do. Now this will be the third year for the coach out there. You got Marvin Harrison Jr. You got, now it's time to can we dethrone the Rams from this division?
That remains to be seen, man. I can't see that. That's a damn good Rams team.
Yeah,
that's a damn good Rams team, man.
They're healthy. They're gonna be really good.
Yeah, of course. Injuries aside, which I'm sure they're gonna start wearing themselves. It's gonna start revealing itself as the season goes on. So they might be banged up, or that's gonna be the storyline for all teams at that point. But the Rams on paper, they're a damn good team. I would like to say, again, if nobody get bit too hard by the injury bug, I would say the Rams will run away with this division.
I don't know about it. The Rams start off slow. They never run away. They start off too slow.
Man,
It'd be like gone.
I think the Rams truly feel. I think the Rams truly feel like they were only a few plays away from beating the Eagles. And if you feel like you were only a few plays away from beating the Super Bowl champs last year, then you think you got something in your locker room. You think you got a special team together in your locker room.
Yeah.
Mind you, with the pickups that they made in this offseason, with the rookie contributions that they had last year going into year 2, bro, you definitely think, and with the addition of Devontae Adams, bro, you definitely think, all right, no, we can go for it this year. This is our year. I don't see, of course, hey, I'm a fan of being wrong, but I think the losses that the Niners had it's going to take more than a year to get over. I think the Cardinals team is still, they paid through the nose for some additions, but I still don't think they're that close yet. I don't think they closed the gap that much. And who the hell knows what Seattle going to come out like?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Defense. It's going to be a really good defensive team, but I don't know what Sam Darnold is going to get. What Sam Darnold do? With no DK, no Tyler Lockett.
Yeah.
So it's a rebuild for them.
I'm more so looking at, as far as this coming season, is head coaches. Like I'm already writing off your boy Mike McDaniel in Miami.
Trying to get fired? He been there a minute, and they ain't really they kind of just there.
They had their window, and
they had their
window, and they squandered it. I can very well see how about this? There's a universal timeline to where Mike McDaniel don't finish the season as a Dolphins head coach.
They gotta be really bad for that. I don't know. That
Their
division
defense isn't good, and
but that division is just not good enough for them to be that bad.
But also, it's a matter of that. I think they actually took a step back in comparison to the team that took a step forward. Now, if you're sitting at the cellar, if before you was at maybe second or third best in that division, and you fall all the way to the bottom, whereas teams like the Jets and the Patriots take a step ahead, and they're actually competing with the Bills.
Yeah,
bro, that's indicative of where this organization goes. Mike McDaniel, we gave you a shot. We made the trades for Jalen Ramsey. We got Tyreek Hill here. We busted all the moves to make this. Okay, we made all the moves.
I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say I got a hotter take, and I know people gonna kill me when they get clipped up and I put it out. I think that John Lynch, what's the boy name? What's the coach name?
Oh man, we just had to do something.
Yeah, go on. I can't think of that man's name.
Oh boy, Friday night.
I think the 49ers experiment, now they had to rebuild. Kyle Shanahan, that whole famine or bust, gold or famine, Super Bowl was trash, Super Bowl not good, not make the playoffs. I think the owners now saying, okay, we paid Brock, we had our window, we went to 2 Super Bowls, lost both of them, been in NFC Championship games. I think if he has another one of them seasons that's horrible, I think the ownership could be like, it was a good run. It was a good run.
You did good, son. You did good.
They're talking about what, a decade now? About close to 10 years?
What, since Kyle Shanahan been there?
Yeah, going on what 8, 9 years?
Ooh, that's a good trivia question. Has it been that long?
It's been a minute. Think about it. They went to the Super Bowl with Jimmy G.
And Shanahan was the coach.
And Shanahan was the coach. Emmanuel Sanders and all them boys.
Nah, man, really?
I mean, I ain't gonna say I'm great, but I think that, and it's sad to say, I don't think it happens, but I think rumblings start. Same thing happened with Harbaugh in San Francisco. They kind of pushed him out. Kind of like, all right, John, we did this. We did spend all the money. Now we got a quarterback we had to pay. You had a window. That window has closed. You got to rebuild this team now. Do we trust you and Shanahan to rebuild this team?
But again, that going back to the top of this episode, I think that's also what you're saying when you sign Brock Purdy. I don't think you sign Brock Purdy if Kyle Shanahan doesn't sign off on that. Like if Kyle Shanahan, here's my point. If Kyle Shanahan, I'll ask you this question: do you think Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch are working in tandem? That they both have they're like-minded, and what direction they want to go in, and they make decisions in tandem.
Yeah, but some decisions are made for you though.
Okay, hear me out. Mm-hmm. So do you think that both Shanahan and Lynch were on board with signing Brock Purdy? I'm gonna say yes because the deal's done.
I think yes, but I think they had no choice. Because let's put it like this though. Let me say another piece to this, right? Brock Purdy saved their job.
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you why.
Trey Lance, yeah.
They traded a lot of stuff for Trey Lance, and they didn't even see him play on the field. Anybody else that had been fired for that. Brock Purdy played so good on the Super Bowl, it saved their job. It saved their job. I mean, let's keep it a buck. Brock Purdy saved their job. So, like, you had to pay him. You got to pay him. He played good enough to get paid. And who else you going to get? You never threw Trey Lance. Trey Lance hurt himself. He never got his job back. I'm just saying, if I'm in ownership, I'll be like, yes, y'all are good with teams. Like I had the questions about Sean McVay. Sometimes some people are good with teams when they have great players. Other coaches are good with young players. Sean McVay showed he can coach all the way around. Matt LaFleur showed he can coach all the way around.
What's your boy?
Has showed he can coach all the way around. You know, Todd Bowles showed he can coach young players and development players, and they're gonna be feasible. They might not be great, but I can make them feasible. We can make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Kyle Shanahan, are you that type of coach that can coach when you got the best players, and also when you don't have the best players? Still got Christian McCaffrey. Don't know what the tackle gonna do. I don't think he made a decision yet what he gonna do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So lost some guys, right? Lost a lot of guys on defense because we had to pay the quarterback. Now it's like, can we draft well? Which I do think they draft decent, but not great. So now it's like, can you rebuild it? And that's an answer that the ownership got to look at them in this year and say, like, are you the right men for this rebuild? Maybe you was the right men for when we was front runners, but are you the right man? We got to rebuild this whole squad.
I can't see them making this deal with the idea that, I can't see them making this deal with Brock Purdy if they don't think, hey, we're gonna sink the boat behind this guy. We're ready to burn all the boats. We're not going back. We either gonna win this war or we're gonna die here. Because once you hitch their wagon to the tune of $53 million a year, you're saying, hey, the way we draft, the way we develop is on us. Because this is our quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
The pressure's now on us how we develop the team around him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we didn't cut some salaries.
So much money. You ain't got much more money to spend.
That's what I'm saying. So now that our lead dog is paid, and Fred Warner is paid. On both sides of the ball, we got our quarterback. Now, how do we draft talent, and how do we develop talent? This is where the importance go to.
Yep.
So it starts with Michael Williams out the gate. Now, if he turns into if him and Nick Bosa turn into hell on wheels and, become a formidable duo, already you starting out fast. You starting out hot. That's a dub in the win column.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can develop talent, yeah. I don't care nothing about the win percent. I mean, of course, developing talent will show up in the win column, but if you even sit around 500, that's still a successful season to me.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, that was one of my hot takes. I don't think it'll happen. That's one of my hot takes. Before we get out of here, man, we've been on here about an hour, man. I can't leave without talking about it. Opening night, baby. The WNBA. We here. It's time. You know what I'm saying? So, real quick, first game of the night, Minnesota Lynx versus Dallas Wings. Paige Becker's debut. They lost, 99-84. But the
girl had what we could get.
right. No, Naficia Collier went off 34 points. Courtney Williams, 25. Team too much. My girl Peely got 11 minutes this game. Didn't score no points, but she ain't on the end of the bench no more. Paige played 30 minutes, shot 30%, didn't miss 2 3-pointers, 10 points, 7 assists. Paige game early. This is what I'm gonna say to people: like, y'all gonna see probably some low scoring numbers from Paige. Paige is the point for this team. They didn't get Paige to play shooting guard. Paige is gonna handle the point, get the ball to Nalissa Smith and Arika in their spots. You might see Paige get double doubles with like 15 and 10. I think later on in the season, kind of like how Caitlin did, then Paige might start scoring a little bit more. Right now, they want her to play point. Want her to play point and really facilitate, push the ball, fast breaks. I think that's what they really need. Help Arika not have to handle the ball so much. Maybe come off some screens or whatever.
Yeah.
But they played at 30 minutes, She had 10.7, but the whole team didn't shoot that well for Dallas. And the Lynx, the Lynx are a really good team. Went to the championship game last year. Damn good squad. Shout out to the young Mystics. You know what I'm saying? They beat the Dream 94-90. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Mystics. Kiki came in, young Ricky, shot 40%, 14 points.
Come on.
Who else played? Who else balled out? Don't give me the line. Zentron had 19. Hooping. You know what I'm saying? The rookie came to play. The rookies came to play. So I will give them that. Dream, Alyssa Gray does what she does, had 25, 7 and 8. Dog. You know what I'm saying? She's a dog. Brittany Griner had 18 and 8. But the young Mystics, getting a dub early.
I know it looks like Mystics lost their 6th overall pick this year. Lost her out for the season.
Yeah.
It hurts.
That sucks for them. But they had a good winning. Right now, the Sparks are playing the Valkyrie and they open the game in Golden State. You know how that's going. But tomorrow, got big games tomorrow. 1 o'clock on ABC on national TV on Saturday. Got Aces and Liberty out the gate.
Here we go.
Hey.
Now we cooking with grease.
Talking good TV right there. I'm talking about Aja Wilson, the Aces, Stewie in New York at Barclays. Good one.
That's a hot ticket. That's a hot ticket.
Following them up at 3 o'clock Sky and Fever on ABC. It's like a damn good doubleheader to me. That's what it sounds like.
I know where I'll be.
Sounds like a good day of basketball. That's what it sounds like. You know, you know what it is with me. Every day, all day, Chicago Sky. We up here. We in there.
Big Sky. Big Sky.
They're knocking on the door right now. They're still knocking on the door? Okay. I can get the DoorDash. People don't listen. But you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Sky. You know what I'm saying? Big Sky. You know what I'm saying? Big Cardosa. One thing that I do want to say, watching the Sky preseason games, I think they're trying to use Angel as a point forward because I think they're trying to space the court, and I think this new coach want to use Cardosa like 1-on-1, 6'8" down low.
Love it.
Thank you. Everybody else hates it. I'm like, am I tripping? Is this a bad thing?
No. This is my dominate her point of her space on the floor is the perfect thing that can happen for her. Giving her the space to dominate.
What's the third pick? Like Angel Reese was picked after Cardosa. So they want she's 6'8". Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah. I mean,
she is a better player. Like,
yeah, but if you trust the development of Angel Reese, where it's like she's now popping out at the key or popping at the elbow, hitting out, like knocking down that that 15, 16 footer like that. Yeah. If she's knocking that down routinely, that's the best thing that can happen. You know, now they have to respect out and they're stepping out on her as a shooter. Because it's back to fundamentals of basketball for Cardoso to just get easy buckets or to live in the paint and dominate.
Yeah.
So that's the best case scenario. I don't see why you would hate that.
Yeah. So I don't get it with that one. But Fever, look, they uploaded their roster, better roster this year. Let's see what Clayton and Clark does. I think it's gonna be an exciting WNBA season for me. I'm excited. You know, I'm gonna be watching. I think everybody that's watching this, you should watch too. It's good basketball. You know, I rock with it.
No, brother. You ain't got nothing but a supporter in me. So I'm happy to see the Mystics is off to a hot start. You know what I'm saying? Get a first really dub. Feels
might
good.
See IDK in DC at the Mystics.
I'm a bird.
And then shout out to while we was recording this, shout out to the Knicks. You know, while we live right now. First time making the Eastern Conference Finals since 2000. 25 years. It's jokers that are grown that never seen the Knicks make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah. They done burn. What is the state? What's the status of New York City right now? Is it on fire?
It's up. It's gonna be up. And New York and Indy.
Can we get a live check-in? That's fire. That's nasty.
Yeah. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be a lit Eastern Conference Finals. We still got a game 7 Sunday.
Yeah. Nuggets and Thunder. Who wants to go see that man? Who wants to go out there and, do about 7 games with Ant-Man? Who wants to do it? Shit. I mean, actually, hell with Ant-Man. Who wants to do 7 with Julius Randle right now?
He balling. So you got but that East though, Indiana, Knicks.
We restoring the feeling, brother. You got Reggie Miller probably hosting the game with Spike Lee sitting a couple seats down. We restoring the feeling.
Indiana and the Knicks, that's gonna be a good one.
Yes, sir.
That is gonna be a good one. So it is what it is, man. But you got anything you want to add before we get up out of here on this Friday night?
Man, closing notes. Boxing, real quick. Tank Roach might be set for August rematch. Glad them brothers didn't take too much time spending the block on that. Your Excellency is out here trying to buy fans, trying to doing his damage to get big stars over there to Riyadh season. I don't know how that's gonna work, but all in all, somebody better do something because we losing steam. Losing steam.
I think that Riyadh season though, I think they're starting to realize they got to come back to America and fight.
Yes,
I think them pay-per-views ain't.
They're getting closer. They're getting closer because they're doing a hosting in London, and then they're gonna do one in Mexico.
Yeah, but then they also want to secure the fight at where they play the U.S. Open at.
Yeah.
So they coming back to America.
Yeah, you get back to America.
You gotta these American money. We gotta get that. So.
Yeah, he's learning, but it's like, but we bringing it back to America, not to be jerks about it, but you know where the money's at. Yeah. So we getting there.
I feel you. But like I said, man, let's talk about it every Thursday or Friday. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You see it, man. Follow us on IDK Sports Pod, IDK Pod 23 on Instagram, so you know exactly when we're dropping new episodes. Like, follow, share, subscribe to the YouTube page. This is your premier spot to talk sports with the average guys.
Yeah.
You can follow me at IDK Ant. Follow my man Kenny at Finesse in the Gram. Subscribe right here to the YouTube channel. Where else can they see us? TikTok, IDK Sports Pod TikTok page. We got our clips up and also the link there, so you can never miss any of the content that we drop. Like always, we appreciate everybody for rocking with us. Until next time.